Just like the title says, sometimes it's easier to get got when there's two of them. Follow along.
You're watching DC Born Rob, erasing borders. And now, the news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DC Born Rob or DC Rob or Rob. I answer to them all. Thank you guys for watching. If you are ever getting any benefit out of my videos, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos, and like helps the YouTube algorithm. For everybody who takes a second and go down and hit like, cool man said, you all right. That's right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for taking a second and go down and hit like. For those who did, you know what? You all right. Make sure you stay around for this one right here. I'm actually going to replay a couple of minutes of an interview that I did with Rob, the owner of Sweet Georgia Cafe in Medellin, Colombia, about it taking two to actually get got a whole lot easier. And stay even further to the end because I'm going to go over the new uniform for Hooters. That's right. There's a new uniform and the servers are complaining about it. Remember, you have not been to Medellin, Colombia unless you get a Medellin crew shirt from Sweet Georgia Cafe. So stop by when you're in town. Make sure you tell Rob. Rob said, hey. In this video, again, I'm going to go over, like the title says, it takes two. So in this case, it's a video about two young ladies in Cartagena get this guy near the clock tower. So I'm going to show the video in a second, but let me read this story for you right quick. It's entitled, and it's from El Tiempo, it's entitled, They Present Themselves as Sex Workers to Dock in the Center of Cartagena. It says that the event was recorded on video. Inhabitants of the historic area speak on organized crime. It says the community leaders of the historic center of Cartagena call on the authorities due to the increase in insecurity in the colonial city. Among its evidence is a security camera video that captured the moment when two women surround a man and strip him of his belongings. The scene takes place in the populous Portal de los Dulces, a busy corridor in the historic center. In the middle of the struggle, a group of men appear taking what appears to be money that has fallen to the ground. We have known cases of tourists who have been extorted. The authorities have allegedly carried out operations, but we have not seen anything, says Davidson Gavira, president of the Community Action Board of the Getsemi neighborhood. Also, to the security problems is the lack of public lighting in some streets. There's a problem of insecurity that is latent. Here, public service meters, security cameras, lanterns, door knockers are stolen, adds Guevara. There is a lot of street dwellers and prostitution in the center, and nobody is controlling that today. The city does not have the public policy to control this phenomenon, adds the community leader. Paradoxically, the Plaza de los Coches and its Portal de los Dulces, the scene of the video robbery, are two of the areas most guarded by the police due to the historical high influx of prostitution and drug dealers. There are several areas that do not have any lighting, such as the Puente Heredia and streets of La Sierpe and San Juan. They are all very lonely streets and lend themselves to robberies, concludes the leader. So as you can see, they paired up. They took his money, and there's always people watching, and they just coincidentally happen to be there to pick up his money? What do you think? So like I said, be wary of pairs. Be wary of two. Anytime they double up on you, can I bring a date over? Can I bring my sister? Can I bring a friend? You need to be wary. This next video is just a couple of minutes long, but it's an interview that I did with Rob at Sweet Georgia Cafe when he was in town earlier this year. It is profound in what he says regarding pairs and that it may be too late once you've chosen to be with that one person. But here's a good interview. So follow along with this and make sure you stay to the end so you can see the Hooters uniform, the new Hooters uniform. But Rob had a different perspective on it and had some thoughts that I didn't even think of. Can you tell him what you were telling me?
Yeah, I always tell guys that are coming to date in Colombia that, especially, during the holiday season, when there's a lot of financial pressure, girls are out and they're more apt to be trying to take advantage with that drug. And, my advice is always, if you meet a young lady and you don't know how to find or locate her the next day, then that's a very high risk situation. You know, if you meet somebody that's working somewhere and has a boss, you know, or was referred to you by somebody that knows them and so forth, that's more ideal than just meeting a stranger and thinking that you are that you're winning with your charm, when it could really be a trap, especially if you don't have a point of reference to find her the next day. Because if you can't find her the next day, she knows you can't find her the next day, which makes you a potential mark for that type of situation.
And I brought up the story that I had read about the guy. I think it was from Ireland. He lived there for 3 years, very comfortable there. It happened to him in Cartagena. And you told me one thing that triggered, because he said the exact same thing. He said the last thing he remembered was when the girl he was supposed to meet there said, you mind if a friend of mine comes over? And then you told me that extra friend.
Yeah. So if you're expecting one and two show up unannounced, unexpected, that's pretty much the kiss of death, and you should literally run, because that drug is so powerful. All they need to do is hug you and get that close, and you're done. You'll wake up 3 days later or 2 days later. I've seen situations where, you know, you're thinking that you're okay, you're back, but your brain hasn't recovered. I've known people that's, you know, had accidents after that because they're thinking that they're okay, but that drug is hard to get over, and it can kill you. So you know, it's really not worth it at the end of the day, not to mention, you know, losing your valuables, your passport and so forth, just because, you know, most guys think that it's a question of men being careless, people being careless, you know, they won't catch me slipping, you know, like it's something that the guy did wrong. But if you get involved with a young lady that's out to drug you, you're drugged as soon as you pick her. Because it's just, the drug is just that powerful. You're done at the point of selection.
So you think you can protect yourself, and you think you can use your guiles, and you just think you are aware enough, and they say no doubt papaya, you know, keep your head on a swivel, pay attention, don't be stupid, don't be an easy mark, and you think that's enough. But what I'm hearing is that you can do all the right things, and just because you chose that one person to go after, you just got.
Right.
So don't get got, don't get scoped, don't get scoped, because from what I can tell, he just said it can kill you. So why even play for it? And we also discussed, you said, okay, you have a safe and you put all your money in your safe and under your bed or wherever, but yet they still get it. And how do they get it?
Because you're really functional. You're functional. It's called a zombie drug for a reason, because you're like a zombie. You'll do whatever they say. You'll give them your PIN number. You'll show them where the key to the safe is. You'll sign them in and out of the building, and you won't remember doing any of it.
Yep. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, and my reason for doing this is, and discussing this, is not to make you more apprehensive about going and make you have fear about going. Again, every town has issues. I don't know if you watched the news here first thing this morning, but I'll guarantee you, I didn't see it, I don't watch it, but I guarantee you, 5, 6, 7 people got murdered last night in this city. So don't think, somebody commented a couple of days ago, you don't have to worry about a date rape, Rob, in New York City or something like that. And I'm like, okay, you may get killed in certain neighborhoods. It's just, you know, number one is being aware of your surroundings and don't put yourself in that position. But like what he's saying is, you need to be aware of who you're picking and choosing, because that alone.
Yeah, Americans are very safe in Medellin, because the most you have to worry about is somebody taking your cell phone, either by snatching it or maybe at gunpoint or something, but just give it to them because it's just a phone, or this Scopolamine drug. Those are the two worst things that you see, because there is really hardly zero murder rate for expats in the area, because the number one thing Colombians are afraid of is getting extradited for hurting an American. So extradition to them is like worse than hell. You know, because it's a family-oriented country, and they don't want to be that far away from their family, even in jail. So they don't normally bother us from a murder standpoint. So if that would be an accident if that happened with Scopolamine. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So be careful no matter where you go. But, you know, I get a lot of people that say, okay, don't listen to these YouTubers because they say Medellin is all great. It's wonderful. You need to come down. And then we tell you something bad. And then you start thinking everything is bad about the city. It's not. I love Medellin. I love living there. I miss the weather right now. I mean,
So there you go. Be wary of pairs. Anytime somebody wants to bring that friend over, that girlfriend, that sister, be wary. Remember, it is the 20th. This, by the way, is the anniversary of the murder of Timothy Revell Reed Sr. If you've been following that case, it has been 6 months since his murder. And to be honest with you, nothing is being done. We are pressing the issue with the representatives for both the Stevenson family as well as the Reed family. And I know for a fact that it has had some impact at all. How great, I can't tell you, but I can tell you that things have been moved along and people have been told where had you not reached out on their behalf, it may not have happened. So thank you for everyone who has taken the time to actually reach back. Remember, though, it is the 20th. And since the Secretary of State from the United States is in Colombia right now, there are protests. Well, there have been protests all along, but there are protests. Don't get caught up in what I got caught in a few months ago.
holy shit. Okay, it's time to go. What the fuck was that for? Oh! Oh shit. Okay. Oh shit. There's my man. Oh, with the cowbell. They're throwing that shit back. Oh shit. It's burning. It is gas.
This next story, like I promised, is on the new uniform for Hooters. This is from El Tiempo. It's entitled, Hooters Employees Call Their New Uniform Sexist. It says, Hooters is an American chain of restaurants with locations in more than 15 countries, among them Colombia. In recent days, videos of some employees who were expressing their disagreement with the new uniform they had to wear made viral. As can be seen in the different recordings published by the waitresses, the new uniforms of Hooters consisted of shorts that more looked like underwear. As the employee stated, the new outfit was much shorter. Kristen, whose video was one of those that went viral on social networks on TikTok, showed what the most recent and old shorts look like. At the beginning of the video, she explains the difference between the orange outfit, which is used by those who wait on tables, and the black ones, which is worn by the bartenders. And on Fridays, according to Kirsten, the first short. When trying on the new uniform, Kristen emphasized that it doesn't cover anything. That was not what I agreed to wear when I was hired, she says. As revealed by the media Business Insider, after the criticism went viral, the company will modify its policy so that the use of the controversial shorts is optional. As a spokesperson told the media by email, the workers would be able to choose between the new and the old outfit to go to work. In addition, in a statement, the restaurant chain expressed that it valued both positive and negative feedback on a more inclusive image regarding tattoos, jewelry, nails, hairstyles, and new uniform options. Well, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. That's the news for today. Be safe.
We have a YouTube channel. Like it. Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.